Eliminating excuses. Go ahead and write that down. Eliminating excuses. As you drop inside the chat, go ahead and put where you guys are calling in from. Again, training number 287. I'm excited to talk about this. For a few years, people called me the excuse eliminator. Whatever excuse you had, oh, I don't have the time, don't have the money, can't do this, can't get to the gym or whatever. I found a way to eliminate those excuses. So what I want to do is help you guys to do the same. So if you're building a business right now, a lot of times you have people that give reasons and excuses as to why they are not going to get started. So I want to go through that a little bit today and start off by saying that excuses always sound best to those who make them, right? The people that aren't actually going, they always have a ready-made reason for that, but it only sounds best to them. It doesn't sound better to anybody else. They say, well, I can't get to the gym because I don't have time. No, that's not the truth. It's not that you don't have the time. It's that you don't see the value in putting in the time. The reality is that if we don't value it, we won't do it, period. That's the truth, okay? And so you want to focus on the people that want it in life. Like, you can teach people how to create success, but you can't teach them how to want success. Because I've done this for a lot of years, I've worked with a lot of people. I don't even know how many people at this point, but a lot of people over time. And what I found is that there's a lot of people who want to create success, but they're not willing to actually put in the work. It's the whole, like, you want to be chairman, but you put in platinum 300 effort. You know what I'm saying? Like, I can show you the blueprint, but unless you have a burning desire and you really want it and you're kind of sick of your job, you're sick of what it is that you do, then you're not going to make the necessary changes in order to make that happen. Does that make sense? All right. Like, when the pain to stay the same is greater than the pain to change, that's when you'll change. The question is, has the pain gotten bad enough for you yet? Some are like, no, I am comfortable and I got insurance benefits and I don't want to leave. And so you are willing to trade time for money. And that's fine. We actually need people working jobs. In fact, I am very grateful that we have people working jobs. I called Delta the other day. I couldn't call Delta to get some tickets for a trip my wife and I are going to go on if there was not someone working a job in customer service. I called AT&T to ask them a question about some international charges that they had from Budapest. I am grateful that people have jobs because they were able to answer my questions. Now, for some of you though, you are sick and tired of your job. Are you willing to do something different? So you have to find people in your business that are willing to put themselves in a situation to where they are willing to do the work necessary to create that change. You're looking for people that are hungry and open for change. All right? Now, do you give up on people? No, you just don't spend as much time with them. I distance myself from them. I just don't spend as much time. I don't respond to all their messages. And so I kind of treat it like Jesus. Love all, bless all, but focus on the few, those who want it. So I wrote an ebook a few years that has actually thousands of downloads because I actually have some analytics on my ebooks. This one particular book, it's not my highest downloaded book. I actually have one that has 20,000 downloads called Bankrupt to Abundance. But this other one is called Love All, Hang with Few. And so you don't want to spend as much time with people that don't add value to your life. John C. Maxwell talks about that. Now, look, you got family. And some of you are like, but Brandon, what if this is your spouse or significant other? That's for a whole different call. I'm not going to talk about that on this one. But sometimes you're hanging around people and corresponding with people online or offline that don't add value to your life. They're negative. They're not supportive. In fact, they want to see you lose. When you crash and burn, they're kind of chuckling inside, to be honest. They want you to win as long as you don't pass them up, right? All right, so spend time with those who are hungry, not needy, okay? There's only two options. Either make excuses or you make progress. Now, the non-compliance statement that we used to say is make $1 million or make a million excuses. You can't have both, but we can't say that kind of thing on a webinar like this, right? But you make excuses or you make progress. To me, I just don't make excuses. Now, I get frustrated like anybody else. But with that frustration, I get to work. That's the difference. Some people, they whine, gripe, moan, and complain, but they don't do anything about it. It's okay to complain a little bit, but you need to put the work behind it though. Once you're done with your complaining, get to work. Don't make excuses and give reasons as to why you are not where you need to be. The reality is, most of the time, it is your fetching fault. Nobody else. You can't blame the spouse, the ex-spouse. You can't blame your parents or others. Most of the time, it is your own fault, okay? We got to take responsibility for our lives. Now, excuses will always be there for you, but opportunity won't. Opportunity comes all the time. It's knocking. But a lot of people, they just don't open the door. They give all the reasons why they can't be involved. They say, I simply don't have the time. They'll say, I don't have the money. We know that most of the time, frankly, that's not true. Unless you're from some country that makes like $150 a month, most of the time, it's just not true. You do have the time. You make the time for the things you want to do. You come up with the money that you need to come up with if it has enough value. For example, let's say that I said by tomorrow, one of your parents that is very dear to you is going to die unless you come up with $1,000 cash. Don't you think you would find a way to get that money because you value their lives and that friendship and that love that you have? I would think so. I think you'd find a way to get that money to keep them alive. And so that's why I say, whether it's getting presents for a holiday, a birthday, an anniversary, Christmas, or whatever it is that you celebrate, when you see that something has value, you find a way to make the time and get the money for it. Okay? Now, if it's important to you, you'll find a way. If not, you'll find an excuse. And this is why I said earlier, if you don't value it, you won't do it. They don't see the value in being a part of your business. They think that trading is gambling. They think that network marketing is a pyramid scheme. They don't see that what they'd have to pay for the monthly subscription is worth what they have to pay. They don't see that there's value in what they're getting in return. Why do people shop so much off Amazon? It's because in their mind, the value of quick shipping at reasonable prices has high enough value with that convenience that they do it over and over again. All right? Guys, I want to give each one of you a copy of this. I want you to become the excuse eliminator. Look for the people that are hungry, the people that are open for change. It's one of the questions I used to ask people. Are you open for change? If they weren't open for change, I'm not going to sit there and pitch them what I'm doing because they're not open for change. Let me give you one of my simple pitches that I gave while I was in Arizona. We went to a coffee shop, and I don't drink coffee, but we were there. I was meeting with a guy. Went to a coffee shop, and I asked the cashier, because I wanted to do it in front of this guy just so that he could see. He said, how do you talk to people? And I asked the cashier, I said, if I could get you out of this job within about 6 months, would that be of interest to you? And they said, absolutely. And so I said, quickly give me your Instagram. I'm going to send you a video and show you how to do that. We connected on Instagram. This is not that hard. People see the value. I don't want to work at that coffee shop anymore. I'm putting in too many hours. I'm not getting paid enough. They don't value me. They don't care about me. You know what I'm saying? So this is how you do it. You get to the point where you not only eliminate the excuses for yourself and what's holding you back, you also can eliminate the excuses in a kind and bold way for the people who are looking in to what it is that you're doing as well. So guys, this is Brandon Boyd, another Tuesday training. I hope that you've liked it. If you like it, put value inside the chat box there. I always want to do this each and every Tuesday beyond morning motivation to help you be successful in these markets. So I hope you guys have a great day. We'll talk soon. Thanks, everyone.